So just one more final to come. The men's doubles, Li Junhui and Liu Chen got the invitation to the HSBC BWF World Tour finals by virtue of the fact that they were reigning world champions, up against Hiroyuki Endo and Yuta Watanabe. And that confirms that they were only invited because it was only the top 8 pairs invited to the World Tour finals. And as you can see, their ranking at the end of the year was 10. Endo and Watanabe were the last pair in the normal ranking that was invited to these World Tour finals, because of course this pair, the tall men, Li Junhui and Liu Chen, was always going to be the 8th pair invited, so it was only the top 7 on the race to Guangzhou standings that were invited. Well, the world champions topped Group A. On Wednesday, they had to play against their teammates Han Chengkai and Zhao Haodong. They won in 3 games. Then they beat the defending champions, Gideon and Sulkamolio. Friday, in the last of the group matches, they beat the European champions, Astrup and Rasmussen, again in 3 games. And in the semi-final, they beat the World Championship bronze medalists, Chen Hongling and Wang Qilin, in 3 games. And that is probably Chen Hongling's last match in major international tournament play. So semi-retirement, and we wish him well for the future. But here the Japanese pair, the youngster Yuta Watanabe, the left-hander, and the man behind him, the man who is celebrating his 32nd birthday today. And they today will contest their 4th World Tour tournament final. On Wednesday, they beat the 2-time former champions, Mohamed Hassan and Hendra Setiawan. On Thursday, they beat Chen Hongling and Wang Qilin. And then on Friday, they lost, but they knew they'd already qualified before their match on Friday against Liao Mingcheng and Su Qingheng. They lost in 3 games. The semi-final, they came from 5-12 down in the first game against Kim Astrup and Anders Rasmussen. And in fact, 15-18 down, won 6 of the last 7 points to win the first, 21-19, and the second, 21-13.
Please welcome our players onto the main court. First, from Japan,
so the Japanese pair, the number 7 seeds, Hiroyuki Endo and Yuta Watanabe.
以及来自中国的组合，李俊辉、刘宇辰。
Li Junhui and Liu Chen, the reigning world champions, have yet to win a World Tour title. 2 World Tour tournament finals, the Indonesian Masters 500 and the Japan Super 750, but they have yet to win a World Tour title. There's only one men's doubles pair at the end of year finale who's won the title, who had not won a Super Series or World Tour title that year, and that was the very first year of the Super Series finals, Koo Kian Kiat and Tan Boon Hyung. But this will be the 3rd meeting between these 2 pairs, and both previous meetings have been won by the Japanese pair, Endo and Watanabe. The last time they met was in the semi-final of the Malaysian Super 750. It was 3 games, as you can see, 1 hour and 18 minutes before winning through 21-17 in that deciding game. Jakob Sindberg of Denmark, our umpire for our last final of the day. And both pairs have players struggling with injuries because the tall man, and he really is very tall, Li Junhui, 195, that's 6'5", 23-year-old born in Anshan City in Liaoning province, hurt his knee on Friday playing against the European champions. But whilst it's heavily strapped, that right knee seemed to be okay in the semi-final. Liu Chen is also 23 years of age, born in Beijing, the Chinese capital. And he and his partner, whilst currently number 2, did spend a total of 10 weeks as world number 1s. He's not much shorter either. He's only 2 centimetres shorter, so about 6'4". So they really are very tall individuals. Here is the man who's celebrating his 32nd birthday, Hiroyuki Endo, born in Kawaguchi in Saitama Prefecture. And this, the second final that he's contesting at the end of year finale, because in 2012 he reached the final with his former partner, Kenichi Hawakawa, lost out to Bowen Mogensen in the final. Yuta Watanabe, the left-hander, is 21 years of age, the only player to qualify in 2 disciplines here at the World Tour Finals. They're currently number 8 in the world ranking. That's the highest they have ever been as a combination. Their 4th consecutive week at a career high, number 8. Endo, of course, did reach number 2 in the world ranking with Kenichi Hawakawa. So he's a very experienced player indeed. Jakob Sindberg from Denmark, as I was telling you, the umpire Christoph Osbold of Germany is the service judge.
Ready to play.
So I'm guessing, Morten, several people may have been surprised by the head-to-head that the Japanese pair won both previous encounters.
I think so, yes. But it's not been the best of the years for the 2 Chinese this year, I think. They won the World Championship and, you know, arms up and hooray, that was really fantastically done.
Yeah.
But apart from
then,
that, it's been quite disappointing
they
for
did
them.
win the Asian Championships as well in Wuhan at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But
still, considering, you know, world number 1, winning the World Championship, all that, still, it has been somewhat disappointing, I think.
Yeah.
But I think this tournament they have played really, really well, and they're sort of getting back into it.
Absolutely. Now, I said that there was injury concerns. We saw yesterday Hiroyuki Endo had heavy strapping on his right thigh. He's got heavy strapping on his right calf muscle today.
He's 32 years old.
That's
Maybe
what happens.
That's what happens.
That's what happens when you turn 32.
What a way to celebrate your birthday.
Isn't it fantastic?
It is. And I think that's what we might see a lot, that there will be pressure on Li Junhui because he might not be able to get forward that much. And look at that block shot by Watanabe, how efficient that was. And I think that is an area that will be exploited a lot.
Oh, who's going for that? Clever play from Hiroyuki Endo. Well, one thing we know for certain, Morten, is that whichever pair wins today's final will make history, because no pair from Japan has ever won the men's doubles title at the end of year finale, and no pair from China has ever won the men's doubles title at the end of year finale. So one of them is going to create history.
Well, that's good. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's really nice. But quite unbelievable that China hasn't won it.
Yeah.
In all honesty.
4 times they've had pairs that have been beaten in the final. There was a Japanese pair in the final last year, wasn't there?
Kimura and Sonoda.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, they qualified just, oh, they did not qualify, they were just outside the top 8.
Are you sure they weren't 8?
I think they were 8 actually.
Yes.
They were 8, but due to the fact that Li and LIU did not qualify.
They got the invitation.
Yes, they got the invitation, so it was only the top 7.
Yeah.
Which means that ENDO and Watanabe qualified as the last pair. And they're here standing in the final.
So the 2 pairs on court and the number 7 and 8 seeds. He looks nervous at the moment. CHN. Brilliant. What a rally from the Japanese pair. Good variation on attack.
And you can really see why the Japanese is probably 2-0 up against the Chinese in the head-to-head. Because they play a very good variation of shots, and you can see that the Chinese pair is really unsettled about it.
Yeah.
Almost the same scenario. Once again, confusion on who to take that cross-court lift.
That's a good serve.
CHN is really standing his grounds well here. Good defence.
And all credit, because I thought not so long ago he was looking nervous, but he's stepped up to the plate.
Yeah, here we saw it again. That drop shot to Lee Junhui. He really, really doesn't like it. Well played by Watanabe.
Well left. Oh, fast and furious in the middle of that rally. Park Jubong, nearest to us. Leone Manaki, the other Japanese coach. Oh, clever. And that's like, oh, challenge. I was going to say that's landed in.
Yeah, I can't see it from here because of the post.
The net post.
Yes. But they looked really close.
Well, they've challenged, so Hawkeye will adjudicate for us. What does Hawkeye say? Yeah, caught the line. That's what it had. Good challenge.
Correction. Service over. 9, 6, 8.
How did he get that back? Did a full pirouette as well.
That's unbelievable. That is unbelievable.
How on earth did Hiroyuki Endo keep in that rally? After one defensive shot, he ran in a circle. It was so off balance. No, it was earlier than that. Yes. Well left. Yeah. Court needs some attention. Well, as far as the birthday boy is concerned, his win at the Korean Super 500 event was, at long last, his first Super Series or World Tour title in his 10th final.
Absolutely, I've mentioned that on a few occasions,
yeah.
And it's a bit harsh on him, but
10.
Oh, what a return. And it means that the Japanese pair have a 2-point advantage here at the mid-game interval of the opening game. And look, it's rather concerning as we look at that return of serve again. When he went to the kit box, Hiroyuki Endo was stretching out his calf muscle.
He's limping.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, on that second attempt, when he was going towards the net and he lifted it up the back line, he slipped, and that's where it happened again. He's limping.
Yeah, look, he's stretching again. Well, he's not happy with the court attendants' mopping capabilities. And the umpire saying, no, just play on.
11, 9. Ready?
I'm not sure he can really continue.
No, it takes one more explosion, one more where he's got to push off, and then I think it goes for real.
Yeah.
But let's see. It's all about Watanabe here, if he can take over and really start, you know, taking all the drop shots and cover the net as much as possible. So Endo just has to do what he's doing right here.
Yeah, but look at him, the limp is visible.
It is.
Yeah.
That's right.
10, 13.
So far, Lee Junhui and Liu Yushen, they haven't seen it. I don't think they've detected it yet.
No, nor do I.
Because they have had opportunities to play block shots for Endo, and they haven't done it.
Smooth it, Sarah.
14,
Right.
11.
First of the match. Lucky net cord. Endo was look at Chen Chi-Chu, he was pleased with that. Endo was expecting Watanabe to intercept that one. good work. And the world champions are back level.
I was concerned for Endo there. He was actually going for this drop shot. This one here. Look at this. He's going for this. He's the one that's getting it.
And now into the lead from a 4-point deficit. They've now won 6 of the last 7 points.
14.
Oh, wow, Watanabe slipping.
Yeah, I have seen some places where the players are not completely happy with the new courts here. They find them a little bit slippery.
There's another challenge here. No, I think that one was the correct call.
Yeah.
But having just lost 6 of the last 7 points is worth a challenge.
Unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. 16, 14. Play.
What a rally.
Watanabe is playing 2 against 1 at the moment.
That'll be the longest rally of the match as well, hasn't it? It's unbelievable. Get up! Get up!
No need, no need. He can defend it on the floor.
Fans on their feet. I'm a little bit concerned about Lee Junhui as well.
Yes.
101 shots. Look at that. Then he just sat there.
This is unfair. This is really unfair. The man is sitting on the floor, then they play a drop shot. No, that's very, very...
Very ungentlemanly like.
Yes, right. That's very good awareness.
Yeah. Fabulous rally. 8 of the last 9 points. Yeah. to an end. Not only Endo himself knows how serious the injury is, it's quite obvious to us. He's very hampered in his movement.
He is.
Good return.
I also think it's very interesting that the umpire allows, every time the Japanese are asking for the shuttle to be changed, he is allowing it, because the two Chinese, they don't want to change it. They've got more firing power, so they don't mind having the slower shuttles.
Yeah.
So they will always say, no, we don't want to change. But the umpire is very strict on it. So, okay, we change it.
Yeah. 11 of the last 13 points. Game point opportunities, 5 of them for the reigning world champions. Only needed the one. 21-15. 12 of the last 14 points. 25 minutes for the opening game. And considering the Japanese pair were 13-9 up, only won a couple of points after they picked up that injury. For their confirmation that the world champions have taken the opening game 21-15 in 25 minutes.
很好，就是发前棒，我们还是要把它盯紧了就很好啊，加油啊！你的这个连接啊。
I'm seriously questioning in my own mind whether this is wise to continue. Because we don't know how serious the injury is. If it's a muscle injury, if he's going to make it worse and completely tear a strain, then he could be out for a long time.
We don't know. The only thing is that I saw when he was 10-7 and he was going for that one at the front court. When he was returning after that, he was limping.
Yeah.
And yes, but look at this man, he's limping too.
Yeah. But to say that the momentum is with Li Junhui and Liu Chen is an understatement.
Yeah.
12 of the last 14 points to close out the opening game. Always gone wrong. Move forward at the right moment. Pushed it long. Yeah, look at his movement back from flick serve. Looked very awkward. Oh, don't believe it. That pulled up the net and went over.
Yeah, I think that's a good description, crawling up the net.
Yes. Take a look at this. I wonder if we'll see it properly from here. Look at that. Oh, my word. Yeah, here we go. We'll see it better from this. Oh, that's what you call a good net cord. Well, all credit to Watanabe because he is running around the court and trying to cover like a madman.
He played a really nice defensive shot from his forehand side. It was actually passing him and then he was pushing it back cross court. And that was helping ENDO to move in at the net.
Timed it.
4-3.
How on earth is he getting those back? It's unbelievable, Watanabe. Good defense. And that's going wide.
Yeah, it was astonishing, wasn't it? Early on in the rally. I thought he got back 2 defensive shots that he had no right to get back at all.
Yeah. This one is the first one. No, that was actually ENDO getting it back. Probably even one more then.
5-3.
Fantastic smash there by Junhui. The way that he plays that one. Look at this, how high he's getting, the steepness of it, but also the power. Really well played, good smash by the man in the picture.
return.
Richard just doesn't see it at all.
No.
He's completely fooled.
That's over. 9-5.
All good.
7-9.
Oh, that must have been close. Great anticipation from Li Junwei. So it's in the game interval with a 4-point advantage. The world champions having already won the opening game. And they're playing well now. Add to that the injury woes to ENDO. Title.
各位，你们还在等什么？声音响起来，一起为我们的运动员加油！中国队，中国队！ 11, 7, 8.
I'm really not sure what else the Japanese pair can try. I mean, Watanabe is trying to cover as much as he can.
There's nothing they can do.
No.
I can't see it. But I must say it's very admirable that they keep fighting, and this is the final, and the whole crowd is here. We're on TV, everything.
Yeah.
And they don't give a walkover, they just give it the best they can.
Yeah.
But one of the things that you can see is that Watanabe is not celebrating in the same way as in other matches when he's winning points or they are winning points. He's not celebrating in the same way. So inside, deep inside, he knows that, okay, we're doing the best we can under the circumstances.
Yeah.
And I think it's great support from ENDO to Watanabe. You know, it's okay, I do my best, come on, let's do it all the time. There's a great support there as well. String is gone.
Yeah. Off he goes. 5 straight points.
Service over. 8-14.
Yeah, well played.
Service over. 9-15. Right.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh. He was very slow getting up there.
Now he's limping even more.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a look of anguish on his face. Painful expression.
16-9.
If he plays a flick serve, he can't get it.
The result of this match is inevitable.
Yep, I'm afraid so. Oh, what an afternoon it has been. In all honesty, it has been a fantastic afternoon. Wonderful, wonderful matches.
Service over. 11-18.
Two points away from the title. Li Junhui and Liu Chen.
11.
from the title. 1 point away from their first ever World Tour tournament title. And this is the biggest of them all. 9 match point opportunities. And they've done it. 21-15, 21-11. In a match a little over 44 minutes, and history is made. Because for a first time at the end of year finale, a pair from China wins the men's doubles title. Congratulated by their coach Chen Shiju, but one has to feel for Hiroyuki Endo. His birthday today, 32nd birthday. He was carrying an injury from yesterday, and it got even worse in the opening game.
到我们的签名台来为我们的冠军 T 恤签名。签完名以后，记得我们最后环节会有2件的签名 T 恤要送出去。
Chinese fans celebrate their confirmation of the score 21-15, 21-11 in 44 minutes.
你想要拿到吗？想要拿到的话，就不要离开你的座位。
Well, they proved to be third time lucky for the World Champions, their third World Tour tournament final.
到我们的签名台，请大家趁着现在这个时刻，再一次热烈掌声，祝贺我们的男双冠军，我们的双打李金辉、刘雨辰。 当然也要给予更多的掌声来送给我们的日本队的组合，感谢你们的精彩演出。
Yeah, it's been a fantastic finals day, and as we wait for the players to take the podium, she'll normally ask me what I think was the best for the finals or for the tournament, and I must say that the 3 first finals today was just so outstanding. Sindu's win, Wang and Huang's win, and then of course Shi Yuqi as well. Those 3 wins, they were outstanding.
Yeah,
HSBC
I concur.
BWF World Tour Finals 2018 Men's Doubles. Please welcome our players.
有请获奖运动员入场。
So the players step forward onto the podium.
获得男子双打亚军的是来自日本的远藤大友、渡边勇大。
The runner-up of men's doubles, Hiroyuki Endo, Yuta Watanabe from Japan.
Hiroyuki Endo and Yuta Watanabe have
获
done
得
themselves proud
2018
this
汇
week.
丰世界羽
And
联
what courage
世
to
界
keep
巡回
going.
赛总决赛男子
Hiroyuki
双
Endo
打
went clearly
冠军的运
struggling
动
with
员是
injury.
来自中国的李俊慧、刘雨辰。
World champion
Li Junhui
of HSBC
and
BWF
Liu
World
Chen.
Tour Finals 2018 men's doubles, Li
Add
Junhui, Liu
The
Yuchen
HSBC
from
BWF
China.
World Tour Finals title to their list
有
of
请世
achievements.
界羽联副主
Asian
席兼
champions,
非洲羽
world
联主
champions.
席米歇尔·鲍
And
先
now
生为获奖运动员
lift
颁
the
发
biggest
奖牌。
prize money
To present the medals,
ever
please welcome Mr.
at a BWF
Michel Paul,
event.
BWF Vice
The
President,
title,
Africa.
the trophy, and the prize money at the most prestigious World Tour event of the year. The silver medals to Endo, a second time he's had to settle for second best at the end of year finale. But for Li Junhui and Liu Chen making history as the first pair from China to lift this all-important, hugely
有请
prestigious
赛
title.
事组委会秘书长、
The World
广州市
Tour
体育局副局长林艳芬女士为获得亚军的运动员颁发奖牌，并为获得冠军的运动员颁发奖杯。
Lin Yanfen,
To present the trophies for the champion and place for the runners, please
Local
welcome
Organising Committee
Mr.
Secretary
Lin
General,
Yanfen, LOC Secretary
Deputy
General,
Director,
Deputy
Director General of Guangzhou Sports, presents these magnificent trophies, the coveted trophies, by all the world's leading players. And there's a small matter of the winner's check,
有请贵州戴毛酒业有限公司
$126,000
总经理宋
for
梦
the
觉
winning
先生
pair,
为获得运动员赠送
for
赛
the
事
meeting
吉祥物。
finalists.
To present the mascots, please welcome Mr. Xu Mengjue, General Manager of Lima.
有请颁奖嘉宾和获奖运动员合影留念。
Time for a group photo with the award recipients and all of our award presenters.
So as the men's doubles players pose with the presentation party. Well, that draws the
请
curtain
大家
down on a
以热
hugely
烈的掌声
successful
祝贺获奖运动
first
员，
ever
也感谢
HSBC
颁奖嘉宾的到来。
BWF World Tour. New format of tournaments, more tournaments, bigger prize money. And I have to say, from a personal perspective, what an enjoyable year of spectacular badminton we have been treated to throughout 2018. And what a wonderful way for it all to come to a climax here in Guangzhou at the World Tour Finals. The best of the best. And they have produced the best. And as Morten was saying, the first three finals today were absolutely outstanding. So, Morten, I know that you felt the first three finals. For me personally, PV Sindhu, after 7
获奖的运动员
losses in a final to win this big one is a breakthrough, I think.
It is a major breakthrough. It's really good for her and for the future, and you know, for her campaign in the next 2 years.
Yeah, absolutely. There's been so much made of the fact that she can't win the big finals. She has proved here in Guangzhou she can.
Of course she can, and she's only, what, 23 years old.
Yeah. Well, it's been a wonderful day, hasn't it? And it all started with Pusala Venkata Sindhu. An hour and 2 minutes for her victory over Nozomi Okuhara. So about 50 minutes shy of the wonderful final the two produced at the World Championships last year in Glasgow. And then it was mixed doubles, and of course the overwhelming favourites were the world champions, Zheng Shiwei and Wang Yaxiong. They had never lost to their opponents of today. Wang Yilu and Wang Dongping played better today than I think I have ever seen them play. And for them, it was the first ever World Tour title when contesting a 5th World Tour tournament final. A very close opening game, 23-21, and when it was levelled at 1-1, most of us suspected that the world champions would win through, but not a bit of it. Wang Yilu and Wang Dongping came back in the decider, an hour and 9 minutes. Then the men's singles, and as Morten was saying, Kento Momota was the overwhelming favourite in a match that was a repeat of the World Championship final. But it was the result was different, because the All England champion reversed the result from Nanjing by beating the world champion. So victory to Xiu Qi in 2 very comfortable games. Then it was the women's doubles, and the only former champions to win back a title, and even Matsutomo and Takahashi in their 3rd final had to work very, very hard. They had 4 match points at 2016, but they finally won on their 5th match point opportunity in a match just shy of the 15-minute mark against Lee So-hee and Sin Xiang-chan. And then, as we've just witnessed, what a pity for the birthday boy, Hiroyuki Endo, 32 today, aggravated an injury. And therefore, he and partner Yuta Watanabe really did struggle with their movement. But all credit to the world champions, Li Junhui and Liu Chen, winning in 2 straight games. So that concludes the World Tour finals here from Guangzhou. As I was saying, it has been a fantastic year. We all look forward with great glee and great anticipation to next year's World Tour. 2019, Morten, of course, will be the start of the Olympic qualifying, so even more importance on the World Tour events.
Absolutely, yeah. The 1st of May it all starts, and it carries on for 1 year, and then we will know who will qualify for the Olympics in 2020 in Tokyo, and it's going to be so exciting. I've been so happy being here in 2018, and I cannot tell you how much I'm looking forward to 2019. Thank you for welcoming me.
Well, no, we've had a great week here in Guangzhou. It really has been a fantastic tournament. They always build it as the best of the best. We've seen such exciting badminton. We've had drama, we've had comebacks. We, of course, have seen this magnificent trophy presented today to 5 different champions. And all 5 different champions, I'm sure, will treasure this moment for a long, long time.
Absolutely, and we have seen this trophy since the first day. It was coming up the whole time, and we say this is going to be presented on Sunday, and now we are here, and I have just so enjoyed everything about it. To me, I agree with you that Sindhu's win was perhaps the best of the best of today, but you know, I still think that Xiu Qi also did extremely well against Momota.
Yes, because most people felt, as you did, that Momota was the overwhelming favourite.
Yeah, but as I said, somewhere along in the match, I said, Xiu Qi is actually doing a reverse on Momota this time. He was just waiting and waiting for opportunity, and when it was there, he was killing the shots. So accurate and so well. It was fantastic play by Xiu Qi as well.
And I think we also have to mention the Olympic champions, Matsutomo and Takahashi, because they have obviously, as you've pointed out all this week, they have realized that if they want to defend their Olympic title, they have got to make improvements. And the courage to do that at this stage of their career
takes a lot. It's really well, as I always say, you know, it's all about trying to add on a little layer every single day if you can do that. And it's so nice to see that Matsutomo especially is doing that.
Yes, absolutely. And before we depart Guangzhou, I think we need to make mention of Chen Hengling, who is retiring from elite level badminton. Of course, he's been an Asian Games bronze medalist, a World Championship bronze medalist. I'm sure you join me in wishing him a very happy retirement.
It has been a pleasure watching him over the years.
It certainly has. It's been a pleasure having all of your company. We have thoroughly enjoyed ourselves here in Guangzhou. As Morten says, we look forward to 2019 and the second year of the HSBC BWF World Tour. From all of us here, from Morten Frost, myself, Jill Clark, until next year, bye for now.